Kyrie Irving openly supports Palestine and sparks controversy by wearing a keffiyeh. Is this a bold move toward justice or divisive one? In this video, we examine how Irving's wardrobe decision goes beyond basketball, dividing supporters and sparking debates about activism in the sports industry. Born on March 23, 1992 in Melbourne, Australia, Kyrie Irving is an 8-time NBA All-Star who holds a prominent position in the league and notably secured the 2016 NBA title with the Cleveland Cavaliers. With 12 years of NBA experience, he has previously played for the Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets, and made a move to the Mavericks earlier in 2023. Kyrie became one of the league's top players in the next few seasons after making significant progress as a shooter and defender. On a Saturday night of November 18, 2023, the basketball world witnessed a top game of one of its finest handlers, Kyrie Irving. The dazzling performance, a classic 39-point spectacle, unfolded against the backdrop of the Dallas Mavericks' clash with the revamped Milwaukee Bucks. However, Irving's impact on this night transcended the hardwood, as he showcased not only his basketball excellence but also his unwavering commitment to expressing his unfiltered thoughts. Yes, hold up, it wasn't just a game. Kyrie Irving's decision to openly support Palestine, as demonstrated by wearing a traditional keffiyeh, reflects his willingness to use his platform for political expression. While some may appreciate his boldness in addressing global issues, others might view it as a divisive move, considering the sensitivity of the Israel-Palestine conflict. It's worth noting that both the NBA and Irving's current team, the Mavericks, had previously expressed support for Israel in the wake of last month's attacks on the country by Hamas. On October 9, the NBA, in collaboration with the National Basketball Players Association (NBPA), issued a statement mourning the loss of life in Israel and condemning acts of terrorism. The Mavericks had also affirmed their support for Israel a day prior to the NBA's official statement. Despite Irving's impressive 39 points performance on the court, in a game where the Dallas Mavericks suffered a 132-125 defeat against the Milwaukee Bucks at Fiserv Forum, the attention shifted to his choice of attire during the press conference. Irving's choice to focus solely on the disappointing game rather than addressing his headwear during the press conference indicates a strategic separation of his athletic performance and his personal beliefs. This approach allows him to maintain a degree of privacy while still making a statement through his actions. When he arrived to face the media after the deflating loss, the Mavs point guard caught the attention of NBA fans worldwide with his outfit. He wore a black and white scarf called a keffiyeh, a traditional symbol of solidarity with Palestine among activists. The NBA star's gesture garnered extensive attention in the Arab world, where it was celebrated, especially considering the general support for Israel among NBA players following the October 7 massacre. Irving's symbolic act sparked a mix of reactions on social media. Dr. Omar Suleiman, a Muslim-American imam known for sharing critical views on Israel, expressed support for Irving's gesture, sharing images of Muhammad Ali and Nelson Mandela wearing keffiyehs. However, Irving faced criticism from supporters of Israel, with some accusing him of anti-Semitism. Irving, who converted to Islam several years ago, has a history of supporting the Palestinian cause. In November, he mourned the casualties in the Gaza Strip, and in August, he shared a photo from the funeral of Qusay Jamal Matan, a Palestinian killed in the West Bank. The NBA star has been vocal about his stance on Israel, accusing the country of harming innocent children and babies during Operation Guardian of the Walls in 2021. Irving's recent show of solidarity with the Palestinians has reignited discussions about his outspoken views and their impact on his career. It's important to recognize that athletes, like any public figures, have the right to express their views and engage in activism. However, the challenge lies in how these expressions impact their professional image and the public's perception of them. Irving's bold support for Palestine further solidifies his reputation for taking divisive stances on complex issues. In evaluating Irving's actions, it's crucial to consider the broader implications for athletes and their role in societal conversations. While some may argue that athletes should stick to sports, others believe they have a responsibility to leverage their influence for positive change. Irving's choices highlight the ongoing debate about the intersection of sports and politics. As the Mavericks point guard faced the media postgame, the eyes of NBA fans worldwide were drawn not only to his on-court heroics, but also to his unconventional choice of attire. Sporting a keffiyeh, Irving made a powerful statement, without uttering a single word about the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. The press conference focused solely on the game, leaving the media hesitant to broach the subject of his symbolic headwear. Irving's response to a query about the late-game collapse against the Bucks was measured and centered on the game's dynamics. "When you give up 43 points in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a tough one," he calmly noted, reflecting on the disappointment of squandering a 10-point lead in the final minutes. Despite the basketball-related questions, the symbolism of his keffiyeh lingered, sparking intrigue and discussion beyond the court. This sartorial statement was not an isolated incident for Irving. What do you think about athletes using fashion as a form of activism? Can clothing choices really be a powerful tool for sending messages? Yes, this recent fashion statement echoes Irving's history of using his attire to convey powerful messages. Just a day before the game, the Mavericks official account unveiled images of Irving at practice wearing basketball sneakers with the message, "No more genocide." Quite the statement, right? He signed with Chinese shoe brand Anta. This was a defiant move following his contract termination with Nike due to a controversial Instagram post. In a post on X last month, Irving called out the media for their selective silence on global issues, writing, "Where are all you tough-talking media heads that get on TV and social platforms to condemn people who stand by the oppressed? Crimes are being committed against humanity, and most of you are silent. Cat got your tongue, or you're afraid of actually standing for something real." The post was a direct challenge to the media's role in addressing social justice issues, and it set the stage for Irving's subsequent acts of advocacy. Do you know Irving's public stance on political and social issues has not always been well received? Over a year ago, he faced a 5-game suspension without pay from his former team, the Brooklyn Nets, for anti-Semitism. His support for Palestine now comes after a chaotic period, marked by a suspension prompted by an Instagram post linking to a film featuring false anti-Semitic statements. Initially refusing to apologize, Irving's steadfastness in his opinions prompted the Nets to suspend him, citing his repeated failure to argue against anti-Semitic beliefs. Eventually, Irving and the Nets announced a $500,000 donation to anti-hate activities in collaboration with the Anti-Defamation League, attempting to reconcile and address the aftermath of his controversial post. And guess what? He's not backing down. Kyrie Irving has become one of the most controversial players in basketball as a result of his recent actions, which include printing political statements on his sneakers and wearing a keffiyeh in support of Palestine. Irving's name has been associated with expressing unconventional beliefs throughout his career, whether he says the earth is flat, refuses to take the COVID-19 vaccine, or shares content from opinionated people like far-right conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Irving is unwavering in the majority of his beliefs despite the consequences, which include lost sponsorships and missed games. In a world of sports where players tend to avoid taking such controversial positions, his most recent decision to publicly support Palestine shows his unwavering commitment to voicing his opinions. The fact that Irving has a history of making controversial statements and taking unconventional stances adds context to his latest expression of support for Palestine. From wearing sneakers with a political message, condemning genocide to refusing COVID vaccination, Irving has consistently positioned himself as a polarizing figure in the basketball world. How do you think such actions impact an athlete's relationship with their team, fans, and the league as a whole? In the basketball world, Kyrie Irving emerges as a uniquely polarizing figure, navigating controversy with a resolute commitment to his beliefs. His actions extend beyond the court, making him a symbol of outspokenness and conviction in a realm where many choose silence. Fans and commentators are faced with not only a basketball legend but also a person who isn't hesitant to use his position to advocate for causes he believes are right when they consider Kyrie's choice to support Palestine. Irving's actions serve as a sobering reminder that in a sport where highlight reels are frequently the only thing that matter, sometimes the biggest statements are made off the court. What's your final take on Kyrie Irving? A bold advocate for change or a player whose actions distract from the game? Share your perspective. Do share your opinions in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more similar content. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.